Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lénìí? Wow, what's this? This is... Anyways, I'll just start. We'll just start. Welcome on board, everybody. We were on board before. It took us away. Just, cleared everything off. I don't know what we did wrong, So welcome back. If you've been on this program before, it's Prevailing Issues with Ajoke. The thing just went off. I don't know what really happened. So I'm just back now. Please, can you help me to share to people, please? Because it's about child molestation and it's about the story going round now. Welcome back, Auntie Auntie Dele, welcome back, please. So help me to share back, please, everybody share for me. Prevailing Issues with Ajoke is back. We were on and this just took me off. I don't know what we did. It says it's internet, but there's nothing wrong with my own internet here. So let's quickly go over to what we were discussing, before the internet took me away. I don't know what I did. And it just gave me another thing totally. Yeah, it's about welcome on board, Atonda. Welcome on board. Everybody, welcome back. I was talking about child molestation, the case study of Baba Ijesha. Like I said last week, it's not about Baba Ijesha alone that we're going to be talking about. We've got a lot of men that are engaged in these activities. So it's unfortunate that this man will be ending his career if he's found guilty. At the moment now, he is not found guilty. He is not to be, to be called a criminal until the court of law decides that, he's guilty of the offenses that are levied against him. I think 2 were levied against Baba Ijesha. Like I said, I am not going to be playing that video because it's horrific, it is terrible, it is disgusting to see a grown 47-year-old man performing sexual activities on this poor child. I'll go back again. Last week, we had a program where I talked about child molestation and how to identify when a child is being molested and things that you can see in a child, that you will know this child has been molested and, way forward. This week, we're able to see that, Princess has come out that it's not persistent. It's not a persistent thing that he did. He did it one time, 7 years ago, and that was the end. And he came back, it was set up, and, he got into it. What we have to be careful of anything, the matter say no to rape. Of course, no any news now, Baba Ijesha's matter. I know it's all about say no to rape, say no to rape, say no to child molestation. Like I said, it's left for the judge to sentence him, to put anything on him. But for now, I am not going to be talking much about Baba Ijesha. I want to be talking more about how do we as parents spot all these things and nail it on time. Like I said last week, it is very, very important for mothers to be careful of where we put our kids to. A lot of us make such mistakes by putting our children to people we do not know very well. Like I cited an example last week, a lot of people here abroad, they rent their rooms, maybe they have 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, and they rent their rooms out to men, strangers that you don't know, and you leave your little children with them. As Aunt Taiwo said, a rape charge is a serious felony charge. It typically involves an accusation that the defendant forced another person. It's a long one, another person to have. But this one is not. That's why I said I'm not going to talk about him so much, because the case is in court. And for the fact that, this poor child has been put again to go through that trauma the guardian said she went through before. That was 7 years ago. She went through a trauma and she's been put through it, all to gather evidence to nail the perpetrator. Unfortunately, it's a disgusting sight. No mother will pray to have that. Somebody sent it to me and I posted it and I said, no, I can't even watch it myself. So why will I put it on the line? So I'll just implore everybody to please bring that video down from your pages. It's disgusting. It is not even good for that child. I am a mother and I'm just begging. I don't own your pages. It's just an appeal to parents anywhere you are. If you're a true mother, a true father, please pull that video down. Pull that video down where the child was being molested by Baba Ijesha. We know the child's face was blood, but then people that know her, in the neighborhood or the school she goes to, they know who she is. They know who we are talking about. So please, mothers, please, fathers, parents, good parents, pull that video down. It's unfair on that poor child. I don't know if it was Princess that said they should release that video for, Doubting Thomas says, but for the sake of that child, I am appealing as a parent. Every parent should please pull that video down. It's not good for that child. It's not good for our own image. It's not good, for our esteem. She's going to grow. Internet, do not forget all these things. It's going to be there. And the moment she watches that in future, the trauma comes. No matter what they do to her, she will still remember. Remember, they said this happened to her, 14 years ago. 7 years ago. So just please, parents, pull that video down. It is not good. I don't know who released the video. Maybe it was Princess to show that, yes, you people that are saying Baba Ijesha did not do it, even after his confession on that video, that was why she brought it out, So please, I beg of you, pull that video down because of the child involved. This is a girl that, she still has a lot to go for her in life. She's still going to grow up, go to the university, get married. That video is not going to do anything, but it's going to damage her the more. Please, pull it down. Whoever that's circulating the video, stop circulating nonsense video. That video doesn't worth being on the internet at all for the sake of that child. We know we've seen a lot of rape cases, we've seen a lot of molestation cases, but this one, because it's an high-profile case, everybody's talking about it. I will talk about it, definitely, but I am not going to be talking too much about it because of the child. I am going to talk more on how to protect our children, how to go about it, to stop all this rape, to stop molestation of children. I know most of us women, we cover shit. I'm not saying Princess has covered something. Only God will reveal that over time. Because when you look at the case, they said 7 years ago the child was molested. If we want to look at it, critically, is it the child that counted those years? Is it the child that counted those years that, 7 years, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and she was able to say 7 years ago this man came to her house and do it? So I don't know where the 7 years is coming from. How can the child remember? A 7-year-old girl will be counting those dates to show that, it's 7 years. Well, it's left for the court to judge. I am not a judge and I will not go over it. But the truth is, there are some things that are hidden in this, and I pray it is unraveled, that we will know about it over time. If it is truly that, the guardian knew about it and she kept quiet because she had a relationship with Baba Ijesha, or she had something to do and she had to protect Baba Ijesha at that time. We don't know, which I wouldn't judge. But there are more to the stories that it's not winding up. But don't even let us talk about maybe it's making sense or it's not making sense. But what we should be focusing on is the fact that Baba Ijesha has proven to be a pedophile. He is. There's no doubt about it. If you were set up just for 10 minutes and you could fall so much, immediately the people step out, you started your act on that poor child. So that means if anybody leaves his or a child with you, you will do the same thing. And I am telling you, that is why I said I'm not going to be focusing much about him. I'm focusing much about we mothers that we cover shit. We mothers that we cover shit. Especially for us married women. That we know our men are sleeping with our mates that are underage. You will send the underage back to their village. But you don't know you've ruined that child's life. You won't report the case because it's your husband. A lot of Nigerian men are doing it. I've had cases of children being molested by their masters. And these are young children. In Nigeria, it's our custom to use child. We do a child slavery. It's no big deal to us because of poverty. You go and bring a child from the village, a child maybe 12 years, 13 years, working with you. And your husband will be sleeping with that child. You will get them in the act. You will send the poor child to the village back. No, you won't report the case. You won't try to, help the child. You don't know the trauma the child is going through. Just because this is a high-profile case, this is because Baba Ijesha is a popular man. That is why this case is so big. A lot of children are going through this day in, day out. Mothers are covering shit up. You said, Adekunbi Tosino said, I don't even know if it is acting because when Princess left the sitting room, the girl was moving close to Baba Ijesha immediately. Because it was a planned thing, because it was a planned thing. So we understand that. But that is why I said, a lot of women, we are covering it. Probably, I am not saying that is the case because I don't want to destroy evidences that is going to court. Probably, there was, she knew about it when that thing happened 7 years ago. Because why was it so accurate that you did it 7 years ago? Why did you come and do it again? So, that's the question that's left for court to unravel. But for me, it's about we mothers that we cover it up. Do not cover anything up. Let our voices be heard. I commend those of us, those of you women that are fighting this tooth and nail, just to get to the bottom of the case. You are saying no to rape, no to child molestation. But please do not do it only on Baba Ijesha's case. Stand on all children. Every child matters here. We say here. There is a policy here. Every child matters. Every child matters. It doesn't matter if that child belongs to Princess. It doesn't matter if that child belongs to Babangida. It doesn't matter if that child belongs to the pauper selling tomato out there. Let's protect all children in Nigeria. Every child matters. Let's use that policy in Nigeria too. Because we tend to, protect the elite children, the known children. But we totally forget about the poor ones. Every day on the internet, I see children being raped. You won't hear much about it. Olufunmilayo Ejide, you say it's a setup for the man. Who knows if Baba Ijesha and the woman have some issue but can't say it happened to her before. Yeah, like I said it probably because we don't want to, destroy evidence. So the use, Umobia Sarah said, the use of a child to set trap is morally wrong, but evidence needs to be gathered. Yes, I would have said, if it is here, you will have reported the case to the police and they will do their investigation instead of her to do the investigation herself. So I don't know what Nigeria court says about that, but you know, for me, it's a no for me, because that means I'll be putting my child through that trauma again. This which I don't even want to think about it. You understand? Some people are not reading the lines of the story Princess narrated. I don't think there was any relationship existed between them and Baba Ijesha. We don't know if there was any relationship between them and Baba Ijesha. We wouldn't know anyway. We wouldn't know. I am not saying there was any relationship, but believe me, most of perpetrators, most of them, when they engage, the only time you can get somebody engaging with your child is when that person is close to the family. 90% of cases, family members, somebody close to your family, not somebody that's far. Because Auntie Yabo should also call those who raped her and bring them to the court of law. You are right, if she wants to really do it well, because she's an adult now, so she can claim. So, you know, like I said, 90% of people, you know, whose children are being raped, whose children are being molested, these are family members that you won't even imagine it. These are people that live close to you. These are people that have access to your home. Like I said last week, it's not just a stranger that will come to your home and start molesting your child. It doesn't work like that. It's somebody that's close, is an uncle, is a father to somebody, is a family member, is mama's boyfriend, is mama, if your mama is Olosho that sends her children, female children to men to collect money, those are the people that they will molest. So that's why I said last week that please, if you are an Olosho and you are making your money, like as a single mother, you can decide to have a relationship. There is no big deal about it. But when you're having your relationship, keep your children away from this men. That was what we said last week. And I still repeat it. Do your job. Do that job yourself. Do not expose these children to these men. And like I said, all these our men in Nigeria that are sleeping with housemates, underage housemates, and we keep it to ourselves. We too, we are culprits. We are accomplices, because when you don't report such cases and you hide it, you're protecting your man, you're protecting your marriage, you're destroying somebody's life there. You're destroying a child's life here. You said even with the evidence, Nigerians are still defending him. What if there is no evidence? I know what you're saying, definitely. I know. We try to cover shit, believe me. Even there is no excuse for rape. There is no excuse for child molestation. There is no excuse at all. There is no two ways about it. With that evidence we saw, it shows he can do it. It's just a pervert. That's the truth. It shows he can do it. Don't be an apologist for rapists. Why? Why would you want to even say, you know, yeah, they are, that's true. 90% of pedophiles are close family friends and families. Yes, that's true. You know, so why covering up shit? Stop covering up. Don't cover them up. Even with that evidence, we are still in doubt. I know, but that evidence shouldn't have been brought to the internet. The evidence is for court, it's not for us. We are not the judges. Who are we to judge? We are not the judges. Why bring that evidence to the internet? Let people say what they like. Even with when he was begging and that one was enough. But bringing that particular evidence out, I don't know how it came out. Whoever brought that evidence out should be, you know, be cautioned or be taken over. That is a no. That evidence shouldn't have been on the internet at all. If people like, let them doubt. If you like doubt it, you saw somebody saying, me, Nishebemo, I'm sorry. I know you have helped me before. And you're still in doubt. Why are you in doubt? Let the judge it's just left to the courts to judge that. So bringing that evidence out was just a no. This Baba Ijesha issue will dig out. No, not be only Baba Ijesha will go down. A lot of people will go down with this case. I bet it. A lot of people Because probably that child too must have been molested by some people, you know, that will come out over time. And it's not even about him alone. All these our Nigerian men, I still keep saying it, that sleeps with underage under your nose as parents, and you are keeping them, you're keeping quiet, you are a criminal. And you are not a mother. You are a wicked soul. Yeah, I don't know why they brought that evidence out to the internet. It was just a no. That's why I'm begging all mothers, please pull down that evidence, pull it down from your, if you have it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, anywhere, please pull it down for the sake of that child, for our future's sake. She's going through a lot of trauma at the moment. She needs rehabilitation. She needs, you know, support so much. You can imagine, yes. In fact, I also have the video on my WhatsApp. Please pull it down. You said you have the video. Please, anybody, parents, we are begging you, wherever you are, I don't hold your pages. It's just for the sake of that child. Please, please, please. If you're a mother, you are a good parent, pull that video down. It's not good for the child's image. It's not good for our future. It's not good for our, you know, mental health. It's damaging. It's destroying. It is not good. It's disgusting. It is, I don't know. It's just something I cannot even comprehend. So mothers, parents, pull that video down, you know, must be disgraced. Rapists and pedophiles must be disgraced and put to shame, of course. And that is why we are saying all mothers should please do not hide anything. If you have house help that are underage and you know your man is sleeping with them, instead of you to cover that man up and take the child back to the village, expose the man. Is a pedophile, is a fool, is a big one, is a pedophile. Don't hide it. Don't protect shit. Don't protect it. Hello?
Hello,
good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You're welcome to Prevailing Issues with Ajoke. Please go on, sir.
I have something to say. I feel, let's just commend you for the good job you're doing.
Yes, please speak up. Speak up, sir.
So unfortunate in a way that if you can answer it, the lawyer is not in the program to you. I said, well done for the job you're doing. I said, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
And I also contribute regarding this matter. First, the question is about, it's unfortunate the lawyer is not on the program today. That will have been a position to say one or two things about the question I want to ask. Are you getting me?
Yes, go on. We're hearing you, sir. Go ahead.
Now, the question is, if there is a case like this, ideally, and you as a social worker, if you have an idea, you can give us. Now, and you found out that the role of the mother to be part of the whatever that happened, the damage. I'll use the word damage in this case as well. The trauma and the abuse of the girl.
Yes, sir.
Okay? The assault and everything. So legally, if the mother or the guardian or whoever the adult lady deals with, the girl deals with, is found to be competent in the whatever, is there any punishment for such a mother? That's why I said it's unfortunate.
The lawyer is not on today.
And from your experience as a social worker, has there been any case like that whereby it is found out that the mother played a role in getting that girl traumatized or punished? So that's why my question. But my other contribution is this, if you don't mind, is the fact that not that I think by now we should be looking beyond just by ijesha. That's my view anyway.
Definitely.
You will not like what I'm going to say. It's my view, my opinion that I'm entitled to. I feel it's a foregone conclusion. And Baba Ijesha will pay the price for what he's done. There is enough evidence that he actually did it. You cannot blame people that were saying probably he did not. You can't blame them because it's about, there should be evidence. Don't just make allegations. And when you have to prove it, so don't blame them. But for now, you have to pay the price for that. No doubt about it. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore because there is enough evidence. So I don't want us to overflog the issue of Ijesha. Let's look at the other side. Now, the lady, so I feel if people can go probe further, there's need for Princess herself to answer some questions, in my view. I'm saying this because, you see, all those acts she's putting on, these are just, to me, I'm sorry to say this, they're all pretenses. If we to go higher, because, you see, going ahead and moving further, we have other mothers or guardians that could do such things in future. It's not about just being punished. So I'm not saying it should be jailed, but there should be a way that it should not serve as a deterrent to other people. But if you look at it, if I want to look at it in another angle, if a girl of 7 years old,
7
so
years.
the question is, the mother, the question, the issue is, people should not misunderstand my point. No doubt about it is a guilty. I'm not a judge, but from all education. So we are not talking about Ijesha now. So we should not misunderstand, because people now give meaning to things anyhow without understanding what the point is. Now, my point is, if somebody of 7 years was abused, there's no way the girl could have been able to correctly count to the letter, to the day, something happened. If you were traumatized, it's like somebody who was attacked by armed robbers or whatever. Something you will recall, not talk of recalling the age and be remembering the age when it's a bad memory. That is 1. 2. Which means, from all indication, for somebody to decide to set somebody up for that matter, which means that person was aware of that when it first happened. Because if she was not aware of the occurrence of that thing happen, why that set up again?
Yeah, she said, let me answer that, sir. She said the child already told them, that he did it 7 years ago. That was why they set him up.
That's what being aware.
No, they said
So if
she
was
told
aware,
them.
what did she do about it?
No, she knew about it 2 days or 3 days before that time.
When
It's not
did
that
that
she
thing
was
become
aware
weak?
7 years ago.
Why did she wait for 7 years for it to take action she took?
That is what we are saying.
This was 3 days.
You don't understand,
You
sir.
get it.
She said she wasn't aware of it 7 years ago, according to her. She said she just got to know about it. Yes.
Okay, if she now just became aware of it recently, a week ago or thereabout, then why will she be a tool to be used to subject that girl to that trauma
again? That is it. Yes. Okay.
That is why if she could, it's like if somebody was attacked by armed robbers, your child, and because he was standing by the roadside or in a place that was not, for whatever reason, will you now take your child to that place again, make him or her vulnerable to be attacked again, then you call yourself a good mother? They are not to it. It's sad that she was aware there was a deal between her and Baba Ijesha. And
God.
she covered it up. Maybe the Baba Ijesha now failed to honor his side of the bargain. Then she now decided to nail Baba Ijesha now as a kind of malice, friendly vendetta to pay him back. So maybe she tried to block him Baba Ijesha. Probably she demanded for money or anything. I'm not saying that, but something like
The
that.
number is there. The number is there. Auntie Dele, where is the number? Yeah?
So that's my point.
Yes.
Do you get my point?
I do get you.
There was something that made her keep quiet. Now, probably she demanded for something. She expected.
That's the number, Auntie
Abebi.
Abebi.
Failed to honor that deal. Now,
Auntie Abebi, that's the number.
That was why why did he take it and now she now went to get CCTV experts to install CCTV camera in their home and do all those things. That's my point. I have
Thank you, sir.
for people to look at what I'm saying.
Thank you, sir.
And the case of something was between them. That's what I was just saying. People should not think, put down their brain, think. I'm not so much as not be jailed. She will be definitely, but I get to Princess, our fake princess, ask questions to answer to. That's it.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you for calling. The call number is +44 746625 7385. So you can give us a call and then you can give us your own opinion about it. The caller is talking rubbish. People like him need to be taken out of the streets. This danger to children. I think the caller is just saying it that, Baba Ijesha is definitely, going for it. But there are two sides to the story. Mr. Tomademu Wagu, they've been looking for you on this case, so because you are the lawyer. So it's a sensitive case. I don't know if Mr. Ademu Wagu will be joining us to talk about it. Like I said, the case is in court and, we can't judge. Like I said, the case, I'm begging all mothers, that is my own call today to mothers to please take that video down. Parents, take that video down. It's traumatic to that child in future. How can you defend a woman that hid his child rapist for 7 years? So that's what I'm saying. If God knows, if it's truly, Princess knew about it 7 years and she kept it, that would be very bad. I don't know. I can't judge. It's only the courts that can judge, and I don't want to be the judge. All I'm begging all parents, all mothers especially, do not hide anything. Do not hide anything when it comes to children. Every child matters here. It's a policy here. So in Nigeria, let it be every child matters. It's not only the elite children that should matter. It should be all children. All children. You are just returning from church. Yes, welcome, sir. Texas. Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I just want to contribute to the issue at hand.
Yes.
I think people are really misunderstanding what is going on. When the girl was raped 7 years ago, the girl changed in her behavior.
Yes.
The mother knew something was wrong, but she didn't know exactly what it was. The girl confessed to the mother a few days ago. And knowing Nigerian system, they will never believe the girl.
Yes, definitely.
That's why they set it up to see. Because if they would have come online to say, oh, this girl said she was raped, the same thing they're doing right now is
still
what
the
they're going to do. That's why they want to see if Baba Ijesha was going to do the same exact thing the girl accused him of doing 7 years ago.
Thank you,
how dare you Nigerians come online to blame the girl or to blame Princess? A rape is a rape. A molester is a molester. 99% of us have been molested and raped. And the reason we refuse to tell is because of this same thing that you guys are doing right now. Whether the girl was raped 7 years ago or was molested today, an abuser will always be an abuser. Instead of you men, most of these men, uncles, they are abusers. Most of Nigerian men, 99.99% of them are abusers and molesters.
That is it.
And it has become a norm in their society to point their stinking fingers at the person they abuse. A child is abused, period. It doesn't matter whether it was 7 years ago or it was today. As long as the girl said she was abused. Here in America, a girl said she was abused. Immediately, they arrested the guy. Immediately, the guy is supposed to be taken off the street and locked up.
Seriously, because it's an animal.
It's an animal. We are dealing with animal kingdom mentality. Most of them, they are animal kingdom, and most of their callers are abusers also. All those men, they are pedophiles. They look for children, little kids to molest. On the buses, they molest you. Hey, go and buy me a cup of water. When I was growing up, I was also molested. And we accused the molester. He denied it. My sister took me straight to the molester. The same thing that is going on now is the same thing they were doing. When I was young, I was like 7, 8. He was pressing on my breast.
Wow.
And I ran to go tell my sister. My sister followed me to him. He denied it. You guys are in denial. That's why Nigeria is a messed up country. That's why they are suffering right now. People are molested every second. And they push it under the rug. No, don't let us tell. Don't let us do this. Don't let us do that. The girl is molested. The stupid, brainless people are saying about the Baba Ijesha was set up. The thing was set up. The princess said about to be touching the girl's breast. The princess said Baba Ijesha to be kissing the girl. How dumb are you people? You guys are morons. If you dare try to do that to my children, I will blow your fucking head off. The girl is molested. Period.
That is it. Thank you.
They set up the camera. They didn't set up the camera. Do you know that if Baba Ijesha was there without the camera, he would deny him, and these dumb-head Nigerians would go ahead and support him?
Definitely.
They just told Princess 3 days ago. Princess found out, and she was distraught. She was upset, and she knew you should go to this same animal kingdom people. So let us know this is what they will never believe it. They will never believe it. If my child comes to me and says, Mom, this person did this to me, there's no question asked. And then I don't want you guys to be saying people molested the girl. When you are being molested and violated, it stays with your brain. It stays with you. It affects everything you do going on. I'm in my 50s right now, and I still have flashback of all those things that were done to me. It is such educational it affects everything. Being molested, being molested. It's a trauma that if you don't think closely, it stays with you forever, and that affects everything you do. So all these things should be stop pulling. Say that is why the princess step out. Princess needed to set them up because of this denial mechanism in the freaking brain.
You're right. Thank you very much.
I was molested 7 years ago. Kosofo princess. You see. Has to die. Let me tell you this. I have a friend that I work with. This boy is a boy. He was molested by his cousins for years. Do you know this boy never said? But when I say gay, he's gay. He's gay because of it. He's gay because of it, because all he knows is molestation. All they've been doing to his cousins, uncle, friends, they molested him. It affects people. Is it affecting princess because
that's not even the question it shouldn't be the question at hand now anyway. That's not the question at hand. A molester is a molester. That's it.
Then they're not blaming Iyabo Ojo. We all need the life of Iyabo Ojo in our life.
Thank you, thank you, ma. Hello, caller. Another caller calls in. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to say you're doing a very good job.
Thank you.
I would like to contribute a little bit, though. The woman caller that just called not too long ago, I've spoken
very well.
Half of my mind, not even half, almost of my mind.
Thank you.
So I don't really have much to say, but I'm going to answer the first main caller that called. People like him need to be taken off the streets. You cannot say what you are not. That means that man that has spoken, fine is your opinion. You have the right to pour out your opinion, but your opinion is very petty in the heart. To accuse or to accuse a victim right now. You people are not even thinking about the mental health of that child. It's the now and the future. Nobody is talking about that. That child is going to grow up in a bitterness life. A life where she will never trust no one anymore.
Oh, God.
A life where she will not trust people like that kind of man that just finished packing. Now, I realize now that almost 90%, or let's say 80%, Nigerian men are molesters. Yes, they are. Because watching their comments and their attitude and their reaction to this situation is just mind-killing.
It's mind-blowing.
Mind-killing. I don't understand this. I can't imagine this. How people are reacting to this. Is it because it's a celebrity? Or who? Or is it because you guys have been doing it and it's normal to you?
Celebrity my foods. My celebrity my foods.
Women, mothers comes out and says, why did he do that? Why did she not do that long time ago? Go back and listen to what Princess said. She just heard about it. She just heard about it not 7 years ago. Just about it before she took the action. How was that a setup? I couldn't even watch the video for 3 seconds for God's sake.
I couldn't. That's why I'm begging everybody to pull that video down. Please, parents, if you're a true parent, pull that video down from your phones, from everywhere.
I want to watch it. This guy is disgusting. He's an animal. With animal cooperation with him. Those people that come online and talk rubbish. And it's just baffles me. It baffles me how men come up, little and young.
Yes.
Well,
Rachel Akonde calling.
It's just a dead country. You want a better government. You want a better people. Meanwhile, you are all the bad heads.
Oh, God.
It's sad.
It is. It is
sad. Very, very sad.
Thank you. Thank you.
80% of young children have gone through this. I can promise you, I can tell you one thing today, that even Baba Ijesha has been fucked in the anus before as a child, and that's what he knows.
Oh, God.
You guys go and seek therapy. You are sick in the head.
Only God will heal.
All you do is religion. I go to church. I go to mosque. There is nothing like go to church or go to mosque. Go and seek counsel and therapy to reset your brain. You people are behaving like animals.
They are animals. They are really animals. They are not behaving. They are animals.
Just a child. We are even calling her a child. It's a baby. 7 years old. Baby for sorry, I'm on live and I'm shouting like this. I can't just comprehend what's going on.
Don't worry. I understand. I understand as a parent. I understand as a mother.
It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you so much. It's honestly, the last caller is making me teary. It's sad. It is sad, and I wonder, as a mother, I wonder how this child, will comprehend when she goes. I don't know. I'm begging all mothers, all parents, please pull down that video. It's not a good video. It is not. It's not a good video. Please, everyone, pull the video down for the sake of that child. She waits rehabilitation. She does really need rehabilitation. Please, parents, pull that video down. Pull it down. Every parent, mothers especially, pull that video down. It's not a video you want to really keep. Please. Hello, ma.
Ringing.
Hello, caller.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, I've been following up your live video and I've been commenting. Actually, I want to start by saying that majority of Nigerians are the problem we are having nowadays. People who don't make research. Like the first caller did not even follow up the story from the beginning.
I think it didn't follow. It didn't follow the case.
Because when I saw the first post, I said, okay, let's try and find out what happened. Iyabo Ojo that was reacting, she never reacted because she had it from Princess. She reacted because a man like Baba Ijesha came out to defend Baba Ijesha, even when that same man has not made research about what he did. That was what triggered Iyabo Ojo's reaction. And in the country we are today, we all know Nigerians, even the Nigerian police. If you don't have evidence,
that is why she did that.
That
it's just
back up your allegation. Nobody's going to believe you. If you have ever seen when Nigerian police molest people themselves, you will understand that you need a concrete evidence before you can win a case of rape in Nigeria. They will tell you, have you ever done it before? Are you a virgin? My friend, keep quiet.
Can you imagine? To a child.
Blame Princess for any reason. For setting him up. Okay, it is set up. Why didn't he pass the exam? Why didn't he use that avenue to apologize to the girl?
It didn't take him 2 minutes before they stepped out, before he started his act on that poor child.
Why didn't he go on his knees crying? Princess had it that this man did this thing to me, and she was like, in my own thinking, I will be like my own friend, Koleshe, let's try it. He can't do it. And she has defended him in his absence. And now he went back to disgrace her. Even if I did not have the mindset of sending him to a jail, people around will say, no, you have defended this man. Now that he did it, what will you do?
What would you do?
What will you do? So I will never be a party to saying, I saw somebody saying that Princess herself should be charged for setting up a molester with a minor. No. Why did he fall? They set you up. Why did you fall? Why didn't you use that avenue to be prostrating, to be crying? Girl, I've offended you before. When he sent us to go and bring the water, I watched the video and I watched it all through. You sent us to go and bring water from the kitchen, and you use that opportunity to
follow her,
the gate, to checking people around. If it's not an intentional act, it is not. It is an intentional, and that means he has been doing it constantly to other people.
Other children. That is where I'm coming from now.
Not the only person, because he was so relaxed, he feels accommodated. He went in, looked around. Why did he go looking? What is he searching for in the house? And now there was a place he was holding her tight, that she was even, he's stronger than her. He was trying to keep her, pressing her breast, and she was dragging her leg. If he has not been doing it, was that why he came there? They called you for a film show to come and shoot movies, and you met the tell you that. Could this be
a setup? I can't imagine it. It's like somebody that is possessed. He cannot even know what he's doing. That's the truth.
Because he's obsessed with that attitude.
With that attitude. That is him. That is him.
A young girl.
That is him.
Please, Nigerians, you wake up. Let men wake up and females should wake up. Let's stop being judgmental. What you that you follow the story from the beginning to the end before you start contributing. If not, God will judge many people.
Thank you so much.
They don't know about.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma. So, like I said, you will know that this man has been doing this act. It's a act that is so used to. Somebody said they said he's impotent. They know he's impotent. If you are impotent, is it only children that your thing will rise up to? That I don't understand. And like I'm begging everybody, please, as mothers, if you can't watch that, if you are truly a parent, pull those video down. The video is disgusting. It's not good for that child. Please pull it down. Hello, mother. Good afternoon.
And am I on to prevailing issues?
You are on to prevailing issue, ma.
Yes. And we've all been talking things. My own contribution is that, please, that little girl
needs rehabilitation.
That little girl needs counseling. That little girl needs to be reorientated. Please, I don't know if it's possible for this. I don't know. The problem we have in this country is that when we talk like this, it just goes nowhere.
No, this one is going somewhere.
Those who are supposed to ask will not ask. I don't know.
Can you imagine?
How far my voice
Patience.
can go.
Well,
I'm just
you are right.
citizen in this country, but I wish that it could be heard. Number one, I don't know why that girl should be staged again. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, they want to cut him red-handed." For crying out loud, that animal.
The trauma.
That animal.
Oh God.
That I don't know the right words to use. Was actually molesting, caressing.
Immediately. I can't even imagine it. A grown man, 47, to that.
I don't know who released that video, for crying out loud.
Oh, God.
That girl is no more normal. That girl is traumatized in all aspects of her life. We are not doubting Princess. If she had come out and the girl voiced it out, many people who have been molested or raped, they didn't have to go to this extent. I do not know why she had to teach that girl, for that animal, that goat, to come back and start doing such to that girl again.
I guess she's trying to gather evidence.
That video, and I don't know how we can get across to whoever that girl is no more normal. That is the height of the
humanizing attitude.
You have said this is what happened to that girl. Why did you have to go ahead and restage it again? Why did you have to subject that girl to still doing that to her again? And it went on for a while. The girl's leg was shaking.
She was shaking. She was literally, if you see the legs were really shaking. Oh, God.
Please, I don't know how, however, I hope people should have to share this program. This program has to be shared as much as
please possible. Please share the program. Please share the program.
That girl needs to be rehabilitated.
The girl needs rehabilitation.
She needs to go to a lot of programs so that she will get back
counseling and all that.
I don't know how they have molded that girl. She's not going to be a normal woman throughout her lifetime if care is not taken, if something is not done immediately.
Thank you so much.
That's just my contribution. And after that fool, what idiot was saying that it's going to be out in the next 48 hours?
Who said that?
What is his name? One, I think he calls himself a celeb man. One house like that.
Okay, I don't know him.
Talk. He said he's going to be out in the next one.
You should go and take him out now. Shebi is the lawyer in charge. Some people are just mad, honestly.
So, as for him, I strongly believe that justice will take its course.
Thank you.
And he will definitely face
the drum. Yes,
I'm very, very worried about that girl.
Yes.
That video shouldn't have been
released on the internet. It should have just been with the police. I don't know who brought that out. That's why I'm begging all mothers, please, all parents, take that video out of your pages. It's not good. It's disgusting.
If it's possible, if it's possible, YouTube, Facebook, they should expunge it.
Yes.
Expunge it completely, or else it will haunt and torment this girl for life.
Please, we are begging you. If you know you have that video on your page, bring it down. Report the page to any page that has that video where the poor girl was being molested. Please report that page. It is not good for that child's life.
Everybody watching this program,
please.
Much as possible. That poor innocent girl who was molested years back shouldn't have been restaged. That is my own point. Shouldn't have been restaged again just to prove your point. You cannot molest a child to prove a point. You can't do that.
Hey, Miriam, hear me see Otokisi. I know you. Yes, thank you so much.
This program as much as possible.
Yes.
And as for that ghost, that idiot is going to face the wrath of the law, which will teach other men a lesson. And the most annoying aspect of all this is the way Nigerians are going about it. We are so naive and gullible in this useless country. We do not even know the meaning of what we are saying. They don't even know what child molestation is. They don't even know what raping is. They just don't know. They just go about talking. There was a woman that brought in religion into this.
Religion?
That she used one word, Edini. Edini. One that she said we should forgive. And I'm like, God, what exactly are we doing in this country?
Oh, it was Punch that released it. They shouldn't have released it.
There are so many programs. There are so many NGOs who are trying to enlighten all this useless and I don't know. Sorry, I'm using bad words on this program. I'm just pained. I'm really, really pained.
It's sad, honestly. It is sad.
I was shedding tears when I saw that video, and I said, for God's sake, who did this? Who released it? Even without seeing the video, following the story, when I heard that she was staged just to prove a point that he had done it 7 years ago, I felt bad. I was just not saying it in my mind that, oh, the poor girl shouldn't have been subjected to that. But when I saw it live, especially when he dragged her and the girl's leg was shaking. God.
Don't even relay it again. Honestly, don't relay it. I just saw
a glimpse of it and it was so disgusting. So mothers, please, try as much as possible. Tell how far you can go that everybody should expunge it from their phone.
Please, everybody, we are begging you as mothers. We are just begging you as mothers. Pull that video down. I know it's not my page, it's your pages. Thank you so much for calling. It's your pages, but we are begging you as parents, if you are real parents, pull that video down. It's not good. It's not good for that girl's future. Internet do not forget things. So whatever, you're posting daily about that child goes a long way. She's going to grow up and see that video of herself, shaking when a man was caressing her, licking her fingers and doing all sorts of to her. Please pull that video down. Like I said, my own major concern is about us women, that we keep things to ourselves. We keep it because of the fact that your husband is involved and you don't want people to know about it. You keep it to yourself. Please do not keep any secrets. A child is a child. Once a child is under you and she's an house help to you, she is not a slave. She's just helping you out. And your husband, you'll find out that your husband is sleeping with that child. Underage. Please report it. Do not, because God will judge you no matter what. If you keep anything like that, it's God that can judge. I am telling you, most Nigerian men do it. Like you can hear our callers, most Nigerian men do it. They put all these children to it because most of us have housemates. We bring them from the villages. Because of poverty, these children serve as your housemates, but your husband is using that child as a slave, as a sex slave. But because of the fact that you don't want the disgrace, you don't want to tell the whole world, you don't want to expose your husband, but you're destroying somebody's family. And some mothers too, that you know your husband has done this to your child because they said fathers do it to their children too, and you are keeping it. Please, you're destroying your life, your child's life. Speak out. Let us all speak out against rapists. Let's speak out against child molestation. Let every child matters to us. No matter what, let's hold on to our children. They are God's heritage. If we say children are God's heritage, why exposing them to these men? And I hope this will teach this our men, lesson. Especially those of you, and I'm very sure most of these actors too, they are doing it. That is the truth. A lot of men, 90% of Nigerian men are doing it. But this is a wake-up call for parents. Wake-up call for us mothers to be vigilant. To be vigilant about our children. When you start noticing things about your child, like I said last week, watch out when a child becomes fearful of a particular person. Watch out because if at 7 years old, a child was molested and defiled, there will be changes in a way. I just hope we are all learning every day. It's a learning point for us. It's a terrible thing to see that child go through this, but it's just a learning point for us. And for those of you men that are out there, I bet you will pay with every penny of your life. If you are part of those people that plays with children's life, that molests children, that rape women, I think it's high time Nigeria come out and let us strongly go against it. No apologies for rape. No apologies for child molestation. Do not in any way talk about that video. Princess, it shouldn't be what we should be discussing. Why did Princess do it? Why didn't Princess do it? That shouldn't be our point, our bone of contention. Our bone of contention is to support that poor child. Tell everybody that you know that are posting that video to please pull that video down. Pull the video down. It is not good. It is not good. Hello, caller.
Hello, madam. Please, can I make a further contribution, please?
Go on, please.
Can I?
Yeah, go on, sir.
I called earlier. I'm a man. You see, I can feel for the female mothers, how they're feeling. Hello?
Hello, we are hearing you.
I can feel the pain
of mothers.
No doubt about that. I feel for them too, okay? It could have been anybody's daughter. But people should try to understand and listen well to people. You don't allow your emotion to override your ability to comprehend something, contribution made by other people. Even in the law court, both sides are listened to. It's not about emotion, it's not about media trial. I think I was talking about nobody is saying, like I started by saying, Baba Ijesha has committed an offense, he's going to pay a price for it. That is so, and I said the issue is not about violence because that one is a foregone conclusion that he's
going to pay for it.
Going to pay a price for it. So who is defending Baba Ijesha again? Then why other men don't make you whatever they said earlier? Whatever they said, because they felt that they didn't believe it. I want on this point, that's why in the law court, you see that is covered with the symbol of justice. Is that statue? I mean, so great skills, the fact that, me pay, they will still listen to the other side. What I said was, he has to pay the price. That is we should stop, we should not overflow that. Fine, foregone conclusion. But the issue is, like I said, so that in future, other mothers, if we avoid such a thing, just like the other last caller said, why would you subject, like I said, why would you want to subject that little girl, that child, to go through that trauma again?
I think she did it to just get an evidence. Yes, I understand. Honestly, sir, I understand your point.
If they wanted an evidence, they should not. Okay, supposing before they came back,
he has done it.
Has gone ahead to do what this. Do you get it?
I do.
On the other side, not that emotion. No, we are saying that we should look at the other side. Nobody is saying no. I want family or whatever to tell it. One will pay one because it can't come back video. Will you believe it? If my Baba Jesha of his caliber, everything is going well with him now. Why am I kidding? Which are Parada? I think why am I kidding? He enjoyment is very important for God's sake.
Because it's a pervert. It's a pervert.
Do you get it now? So that is I want me to show you that and you will believe one to money on the good day, the back of the money, you grew up with the job of Aisha. That man, he has everything going well for him. And for me, only for bringing it out of my, you know, do a job make it. So that is so I'm not the advocate, I'm not the people constantly come and work on the other side. But so like I said earlier, nobody is saying, oh, I'm happy they did that. Said he did it not like it. But the lady herself should be made to still reason because of she that people will love it. So the kind of that you say, how long it took them to come back? So when I overpower my now.
Sir, I understand your points. You are trying to say that
so
you know.
My point. So that's why I want to clear it.
Okay.
I'm not saying my question should not be. I'm happy they didn't say that, but if you can pay, bring no in future, avoid the room comment. That's it. So I'm on that on my again.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. We understand you. Thank you. Thank
right.
you. Yeah, what the caller is trying to say, you know, is that he called, it was the first caller that called, and he said he's not, you know, saying Baba Jesha should not be punished or is doubting anything. What he's saying is that, you know, putting that child again to another trauma, like the way we are all feeling as parents, it's so uncalled for. But like we all have different opinions. You know, some believe that with that, you know, that was the only way she could gather the evidence to give to court. But if it is here, you can't do that. You will go immediately. The child has disclosed such to you, because I remember he asked me a question as a social worker. He said, if it is, you know, a disclosure from a child, what we normally do is to investigate it. It's not for the mother to go and do it herself. You understand? So is the police, like the lawyer explained last week, is the police that's going to go into it. The police are the social worker, and they are going to do video, you know, interview with the child and all that with the consent of the parents, and, you know, they will gather information. So it's different from the way, I don't know why she did it herself. Maybe she wanted to just gather evidence, like you said. Yeah, because of people that will say, Jesha princess needs to prove it. I understand what you're saying, Jave, Jonas, Unwadike. It's because but it's just that the way we all feel about it. My own gloss about that is that video that came online. I don't want to see that video. And I believe the video was supposed to be for courts. That video of the molestation itself was supposed to be for court. It shouldn't have come online. That's my own gloss about it. And I'm begging all parents, please, anywhere you are, as a parent, pull that video down. Report any page that has that video. It is not good for that child's life. In future, she will. It's not even good at all. It's not good. It's pathetic. Civilized country, it won't work in an animal country. Yes. So, you know, it's pathetic to see that kind of a video. I'm just saying, I'm ready for you. Thank you, sir. Our lawyer is coming on. Okay, please request to come in and come and shed more light to it for us. Request to come in, lawyer Tom Ademuwagun. Please request to come in. So you understand. So it's so sad that Baba Jesha's career, if found guilty, is going to end like that. But it's just a wake-up call to us parents. You know, especially we mothers, to be careful, to know that it's real and it's happening under our nose. Okay. Bringing Mr. Tomademuwagun, who is a lawyer and is going to Hardin connecting. Thank God we got you. Welcome on board, sir.
Thank you very much.
So it's a short notice. You didn't know we're coming online today. What happened was yesterday I was not too good. So I said, okay, this today, because of, you know, the way the thing was just going on, I said, no, let me just, you know, shed some lights into it. Like, you know, last week I said it was a persistent one, but with the new information, it's just one off 7 years ago, and the princess, who is a guardian, set him up and he fell into it. I don't know if you saw the video. Everybody,
No.
oh, it's a terrible video. I had to pull it off immediately because I couldn't even watch it. And I'm appealing to all parents to please pull that video down if you're a parent. The video came online. The first one we saw was about Ijesha begging and apologizing that he did it. So the one that was released this morning,
I think I saw that. I saw the one the man was apologizing.
but the one that came out this morning, that so it's not something that you really want to watch, is the blood, the child, the daughter, the girl's face, the blood it, but you know, you could see him caressing the immediately they left the room, he was caressing the girl, you know, kissing her, fumbling her, you know, breast, and you know, trying to touch her under. So, you know,
let's start from that premise. You can be arrested if you have such videos.
Good. So everybody, did you hear that? You can be arrested if you have that video. Please delete it.
So well, in the UK, I don't know about Nigeria, but in the UK, if you have videos that shows children being abused and you pass it around, is a criminal offense.
Criminal offense.
So you are not supposed to pass such videos around. So if such videos is being found on your phone, even if you are not posting it online, you can be arrested. So I think we should start on that premise.
Okay.
Also, anyway, I just came on board when I saw you were live.
Thank you, sir.
The process is very straightforward. It's the state that prosecute. It's not for the family. This is a criminal. This is crime. And people must leave the issue of crime for the state to prosecute. So it's not for people to investigate child protection. You can give your evidence to the police to help the police to form their charges when they submit the file to the Crown Prosecution Service. In Nigeria also, they have what they call state prosecutors because they copied it from the UK. So they have state prosecutors, the one we call the Crown Prosecution Service, CPS. So these cases should not be social media
case
court. It is the state that needs to take their job. The police needs to do the investigation. They need to gather all the evidence, give it to the prosecutors. The prosecutors will charge the case before the court. And if the court found the man guilty, the man will go and serve his term. But the people are not helping the case, because when it becomes a public opinion court, the case will be decided properly. There will be pressure on both the court, there will be pressure on the police, there will be pressure. Everybody's just saying, you know, leave it to the state to prosecute. People should not be releasing such videos.
At all.
You can have your own views. You can even. I was reading on your comment. They said it was Punch newspaper. They can be, in fact, they can be
sued for that.
They can be sued. They can be sued for releasing, if it's actually true. I don't know. You know, allegedly. I don't know. Steady there, because we have to be very careful what we say. So, and as you said, I heard you when you were saying that the case is already in court, and it's not for us to be deciding
not at all.
when a case. So once the case is in court, leave it to the court to decide. You can have your own view that, well, you know, people do get molested. A lot of women will tell you they were molested.
That is it.
Not only in after all, we do the job here. So it's rampant here also. Abroad.
Definitely.
It's rampant here, you know. Abuse. That is why, if not, they won't have people like us, you know, working in that area.
Protection.
In child protection. I work in child protection. You work in adult protection. If not, they won't be paying people that kind of amount of money.
That's true.
So it's because to protect children. So you know, the social welfare state of Lagos State should accommodate that girl. They should take that girl away from all this drama. Let me the word drama. You should take that girl away, put her in a safe place, give her therapy, make sure she's getting her education, make sure she's seeing somebody we call here camps, a child psychologist. You know, make sure she's a psychologist to go through therapy and rebuild her identity. Should not be exposed to the people.
Because now identity is exposed. No matter how they blow our face, everybody, I mean, people that know Princess knows that that child lives with her. Do you understand that she's the only daughter that is living with her apart from the boys? She's got 5 of them, she said. So our identity is already known to people. You understand?
Yeah. So what people need to understand is they need to leave this to the state. The princess, I don't know, I don't know them anyway, but she should leave it to the state. All the celebrity people, making a lot of, they should let the state prosecute, people, they should let.
Hello. Sorry, sir.
So
Sorry, sir.
I don't know whether that's helpful.
Yeah, go on, ma'am.
Yeah, my question is for the lawyer.
Okay.
Can you answer me? Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, please. I have 3 questions for you, lawyer son. The first one is: can the pressure, can the agitation of people, the country, the state, the concerned people, can such pressure override the decision of the court? I don't know if you understand my question.
Yeah, I understand. Let me answer that.
Of concerned people, or both concerned and okay, not concerned this time around. Those who are against, because there are so many factions actually, but whichever way, can just the pressure or the agitation of the state or the community override the decision of the court? That's one.
Well, let me answer that one first.
Let me answer that first.
Let me answer the first.
He wants to answer that first.
Okay.
Let me answer the first. You see, public opinion has a way of influencing decision. The court is not decided by public opinion. However, the court decides on because the criminal case is beyond all reasonable doubt. So it's not based on balance of probability, which is in civil. This is a criminal case, which is crime. So for the prosecutor to prosecute and get conviction, they must prove their case beyond all reasonable doubt, but not public opinion. However, coming to your question, public opinion has a way of putting pressure. It's like when they are protesting. It's like when they are putting pressure on government. It's like, it has a way of influencing because it's in the news. So
you are not hearing
the judge.
Okay. Well, because, can you ask your 3 questions, then you go offline, then, I think that's it. Okay. Ask your second question and it will answer everything together.
Okay. My second question is, from what I've been following, I think he's charged for child molestation and inappropriate whatever.
Touching.
My question is it fine? I think it's a bailable offense, actually. I think it's a bailable offense, but based on the fact that the court is not sitting, I don't know if it's strike or whatever, but they are not sitting now. The court is going in session now.
Yeah, they are on strike.
Does it have to be released? Because the case has not gone to court yet, to my knowledge. I don't know if it went as of yesterday, but as a day before yesterday, it hasn't gone to court. Does state, can be under the law? I don't want to talk. I'm a layman to this is not my field. But does state, should he have to be released? Fine is a bailable offense. But based on the gravity of the offense and how tense the whole situation is, does he have to be released pending when the court will sit, pending when his case will be taken to court? Then lastly, does that girl, for crying out loud, unfortunately, such people like you are based over there, does that girl have does she have the slightest glimpse of justice? Will justice be given? What do you see, going by the nature the structure of Nigeria. Does that girl have any hope at all? Because, like what I'm hearing, powerful factors are coming up now on behalf of Baba Ijesha.
Okay.
You know, the way they are going about this thing now is they are not, to them, they say they're not really ruling out the fact that such incident was on. In fact, as we speak now, rape issue has been totally ruled out. The child molestation issue, they're trying to water it down. But what they are looking at is what are the consequences, what are the events, why was it staged? That's the word they're using now. So like I learned, powerful people have stood up to kind of back him up. Does that girl have a glimpse of justice, for crying out loud?
Thank
Will
you.
justice be given to that girl? Those are my 3 questions. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Number one, the first question is, can public opinion decide the case? The answer is no.
Okay.
Public opinion does not decide the case in the criminal court. O.J. Simpson. Criminal case is going to be decided by proof of evidence beyond all reasonable doubt. Or beyond all reasonable doubt. Like the video evidence, all that. That is what the jury and the court will take into consideration to give conviction. To say, yeah, actually he did it. And it's beyond all reasonable doubt. It's not guess or he denied, he said he didn't do it, but they have video evidence, they have other evidence, medical evidence, all evidence to substantiate it, to say, yes, you know, beyond all reasonable doubt. So if they have that, they'll get conviction. Okay? So it's not decided on public opinion. Number two, second question is it a bailable offense? Yes, it is a bailable offense. However, they might not grant bail if it's a flight risk. If he's going to run away, you know, you can't track him down or whatever. But there's enough sureties, people that can stand for him, reproduce him in court, they'll grant him bail. It's not murder. If it's rape, there are some very serious offenses that, you know, bail will not be granted. But I don't know the charges of this case, so I can't comment. So depending on the kind of
charges,
charges that would determine the bail. But most, like if it's just sexual touch or whatever, or it's going to be bailable offense. So it will be bail, and we'll be reporting. Then obviously we'll charge him to court, and we have his date in court, and he has his own defense, and the prosecutor we have their own lawyer. Then the final question I think she was asking me was about the girl herself, whether the girl can get justice. Yes, of course, she can get justice, because this case is now a public.
It's a public one. There's no way. It's an high-profile one.
It's all over the net. It's all over the news. You know, so even the people in government will be very interested. Careful. You know, so they'll be very careful. You know, the judges, because there's a huge public coverage for the case. Even us talking about the case, you have to be very careful so that you won't prejudice the case. You won't, because in case there's a level you can talk about a case in court. So you will not be predetermining what the court will say. So everything has to be based on evidence. So I hope I answered the 3 questions of that lady. One, definitely. Public opinion decide what's going to happen in court. Number 2, they have to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. Number 3, the judge might be listening to so many things, reading the newspapers. You know, people, it has a way of influencing people. Sympathy, public sympathy.
And the way
he has a way. He has a way.
Human rights activists are standing up for that girl and all that. Yeah.
So, but that is not what the court will use to make the court decision. It's the evidence, not the public. The public outcry. For example, if I'm a judge, and you know, hearing all the women screaming on, you know, not only the women, even the men. Because when I listen, it's like the sentiment is that everybody shouting, "Oh, all the men are pedophiles." No, all the men are pedophiles. So,
hello, caller. Somebody else.
I can understand. Yeah. I can understand where they come from.
I'm happy to know that the lawyer is here.
The lawyer is here.
Ask the lawyer a very vital question.
Okay, he's listening.
Good evening and welcome. Can I speak with the lawyer, please?
Yeah, he's listening to you. He can hear you.
I'm Barrister Thomas Dimo. How are you, sir?
Thank you, sir. Fine, thank
you. Yeah, welcome.
Somebody said,
I'm happy. I'm happy you joined the program. I have a question for you, which is very vital as far as I'm concerned. I'm just curious. Are you listening to me?
Yes, he can hear you. Go on.
Now, the question is, what's your legal opinion? In a situation of this nature, whereby in the course of trying to gather evidence of such bad criminal activity or action by somebody, you know what I mean, the case we are talking about now.
A suspect.
We are in a situation, I'll just, like I said, you're not the judge. Your opinion is not going to be taken. Just to look at it, that what is there a punishment? Will there be suggested punishment for the mother who subjected her daughter, who had once been, traumatized, who had once been abused, allegedly, and in the course of trying to gather evidence, and now subject the same child to go through that horrible experience? Is there anything in law that could make that woman be punished? That's what I'm saying. To detect other people doing such a thing. That's your own legal opinion. You're not the judge, but just to share my mind, look at it from the legal point of view and what the court might look at. You are talking, we know that man is culpable.
Okay, thank you.
We are talking about the woman now. That's my question.
Thank you so much.
Yes. A parent can be charged, a parent themselves under the criminal law can be charged for a child neglect. So if you put your child at risk, you can be charged by the police, by the Crown Prosecution Service. So if you put your child in a compromising state, it's called child cruelty. So I want to be very careful with this case because it's a public case.
That's why I said we shouldn't base it on this particular case now. So let's just look at it, holistically.
Yes.
Okay, in a case that you subject your child to molestation to gather evidence, you can be, not this particular, just any case, like any.
Just any case. Yeah. If you put your children or your child towards in
compromising
in a way that could cause them harm, you be arrested and be charged for child neglect and child cruelty.
What is it? Okay.
So parents should be very careful. I know, and I don't want to go to this case, but if you say, okay, I want to set trap for somebody or I want to do whatever, and you put your child at risk, you can be charged. So that is the question that
don't say you want to catch Uncle Tom and put your child at risk. They said it's a criminal offense and you can charge for it.
Yeah, so you should not use your child
as a bait for somebody.
You should not put your child at risk of, because if you know that somebody is a risk to your child, what is the experience? You need to protect the child, not to expose the child to
risk for the harms.
You already had some information that this woman is a risk or this man is a risk. Why will you not put your child through that further risk? So it's an offense on its own.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tomademu. We really appreciate you. And like I said, I'm not talking about this case mostly because it's in court, but we are talking as parents and as professionals that, people should be mindful of who they leave their children to. And, the way we expose our children to so many people, like I said last week, majority of these men that are doing this thing are people that are close to the family, mommy's boyfriend, mommy's, friends that just come in. If you're a female that allow, or male, it's not gender-based, it can be anybody, like we said. So you that will allow just anybody into your home, you don't even know who they are, or you rent out your home, your room to one person and you leave your children to them, when you go out. You don't know what happens to these children when you are not there. It's just being mindful of, who we leave our children to. And then, like I'm begging every parent, pull down this horrific, disgusting video down. Like you heard now, the lawyer told us that you can, if they find that kind of video in your phone, you can get prosecuted for it. I remember there was this case of a nurse, that had somebody that sent it to her. Child abuse thing. you know, she sent it out innocently just to say, look at, so these children, their partner will be watchful. But she got fired for it. And, you know, so we have to be very, very careful. Me, I know I cannot keep such videos anyway, so I do delete them immediately. And please, everybody, parents, be careful of all this. If you have it on your walls, I know they are not my platforms, they are not my walls, take them off. It's not good for that child. Like we said, that child needs a lot of, you know, rehabilitation. She needs counseling. She needs all we can give to support her at this point in time. Don't you people know that it is also a criminal offense to use a minor to set up an adult? Yeah, they have said it here, you know. We, like any other, we are talking about just a general one. Do not use a child, you know, as a trap for anybody. So we know that. But that is not the bone of contention now. The bone of contention is that, like I said, most Nigerian men, and I will say it loud and clear, we know it, that most Nigerian men sleep with their housemates. We've heard